Goblin hour has begun. Do I even need to kill the pin god? I mean, I guess I could. Like how they still haven't fixed this. Whatever. Hey, Ved. Hey, Hidden. Hey, Darnell. I actually got a notification. Let's get it. Oh my god. What? May as well kill it. Maybe we can get super lucky and get, I don't know, the ally or something stupid. At the very least, we'll get some fragments. Like the essence, I mean. Is part 4 today or tomorrow? For Donkey Kong, Raph. You just missed it, dude. No notification, I guess, went out, but it was part 5. I just finished streaming it. No, it's not Shadow Towers. It's an event boss. What do you have to do to get the moon touched? The boss drop or dono drop? Because I've heard both. Yes. I think it's both. That's what I've heard as well. I don't know if it's actually like a boss drop, but can you make an updated video on my current mods? Been there, done that. There's already an updated video for 2025. Blame YouTube for not notifying you. Or yourself for not looking. Yeah. Die, 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 die. Delicious. Yeah, most of all, we'll kill these just for the essence. Hey, PTS. PTS is online, guys. Confirmed. Confirmed, totally. Wish Nintendo would do a complete remaster for Twilight Princess on Switch too. I don't think it's gonna happen. Never say never, but bro, they haven't even ported the Wind Waker HD. It was a Wii U game. Fantastic. Makes that game shine even brighter. But for some reason, they still haven't ported that to the Switch, and I don't know why. What cheese block? What? Oh, for me? No, no, no. It's just a protein bar. We don't have cheese. Been too busy, so we haven't been able to go shopping. We're going shopping tomorrow, but then my parents are supposed to be coming over as well, so it's gonna be a tricky timing. It sucks because like I don't really have anything to snack on at night. Other than these protein bars, which is fine, but also, yeah, just quick reminder, guys. We are streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Twitch does have drops for Trove. Hey, Tep. I think it's because the GameCube thing. For Wind Waker, I know. Like, I think they're trying to like add more value to the GameCube right now by having Wind Waker, like just the base GameCube version available. And then hopefully they have Wind Waker HD come later down the line. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it again because I'm one of the few freaks on this earth that actually got a Wii U. But for anyone that never played Wind Waker, just wait for Wind Waker HD if they ever bother porting it. I wish they would, because it's the definitive way of playing that game. Hey, log. No, I'm talking about Wind Waker HD, which was basically a remaster. It also cleaned up some of the quests, like the stupid Triforce hunting one. I actually had a Wind Waker HD series on the channel. It was a lot of fun. That's one of my favorite Zelda games. But I don't care about playing the GameCube version because, yeah. Still think they're gonna add crossplay. You can keep hoping. Yeah, the Wii U was the console that was the stupid screen on it. Oh, they did have a Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U. Oh, you're right. Okay, then maybe they'll port it one day. So my theory, not only with Wind Waker HD, but now with Twilight Princess HD. I didn't even think about that. I bet you anything, they're gonna release it like maybe next year and the year after. Like while they don't have a big new Zelda game coming out, they'll have those HD ports come from the Wii U to the Switch so that they have like an excuse to keep Zelda relevant, you know? Still waiting on my Twitch drops to come through. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why some people are having so many issues with it. Oh, there was a Metroid Prime trilogy? Wait, so how did the Metroid Prime trilogy work on the Wii U? Did you have to use a Wii controller for Prime 3? Because I'm still wondering, like, if they were ever going to give us remasters of Prime 2 and 3 on the Switch, but don't look like it. I just want them to announce the Prime 4 release date, dude. That'll be the fastest pre-order for me ever. You want a DS? Wait, DS remake to what? What? I think I might be crazy, but I think down the line, I think they'll add DS games to the like Switch Online thing. It just kind of makes sense that they would down the line. I don't know how they're gonna do it, unless they just make it so that there's a pause button, because you know the dual screen never really served that much of a purpose. But I would love that because I never owned a DS. Oh, you did use a Wii remote and nunchuck. Okay. Oh, for all three? Oh, so they gave motion controls to Prime 1 and 2 as well. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think by the time Prime 3 came out, I was kind of burnt out on the formula. I've been talking with my cousin about Prime 4 because we're both like huge Metroid fans. And as much as I love Metroid Prime, I really hope that Prime 4 is in a class above its own. Like, you know? I hope it's not just another Metroid Prime game, which I'm still game for that. But I really hope that they somehow kind of like break the mold and it's just like, whoa, this is a phenomenal video game, not just another Metroid. One can dream. But I think I'm also just getting ridiculously spoiled with Donkey Kong, because it's just, oh, this is one of, no, it is the best platformer ever made. So I hope Metroid Prime 4 is the best Metroid game ever made. But since we've had like Metroidvanias and all these other types of games that have kind of taken the formula and run with it, you know, and kind of stepped it up, honestly. Because the Metroid trailer, I still think it's hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw it, because there's probably like one Metroid fan out there based on the sales of that franchise, aside from me. But anyway, in the trailer, they're like, oh, you can use this dark energy power. What does it do? It opens doors. And it's like, I know they're trying to keep things on the down low, but come on. That's not gonna excite anybody. Tired of getting flux. You mean you're tired of being rich? Because you have so much? Is that what you mean? Metroid Dread was the hardest Metroid game for me personally. Yeah. Just in terms of like raw difficulty, yeah. But I loved Metroid Dread. Dude, if Metroid Prime 4 is anything like Dread, that would be sick. Because Dread was like a great return to form where they just said, screw it. We're going to treat it like the franchise never stopped, you know? And with like the recent rise, or recent as far as Metroid's concerned, with, you know, Souls-likes and other games that are like actually genuinely difficult. Like I really hope they lean into that with Prime 4. I want it to be darker, dude, because Metroid originally had like an insanely dark story. And I'm not saying that the Prime stories aren't dark, but it's just kind of like, it doesn't really have the vibe, you know? Hey, Spade. Really sleepy today? Yep, all good, man. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. I'm a returnee to the game. Any tips for me to catch up? Spend money. No, I have a return guide for 2025, right? Let me actually check while I go into the portal, actually. Yeah, I got a returning guide for 2025. Okay. I always forget about it because I kind of clump it in with all the other guides I've made over the years. But hopefully that'll help. I don't know. Depends when you left as well. Is it possible to get battle levels now? I think you just get them in Bomber Royale, right? Like somebody keeps telling me that you do get XP towards the battle level, or maybe you just randomly get it in Bomber Royale or something. I don't remember. That, or you probably have to just go into PvP matches. Oh wait, they don't work. But there is a method to still get battle levels. I just don't remember. That was a gigantic bird. What? No, I'm pretty sure someone was saying the other day that you can still get it by some other means, like outside of the PvP portals. Or maybe there was just a way that you could earn the items from it or something. I don't remember. Because otherwise, if it's just the PvP portals, then no. You'll never get it. I'm sorry, the solution escapes me right now. Because it was just some one obscure question that somebody asked and somebody had an answer to it. on that stream. Imagine if PvP worked where you could actually battle. I know. We've talked about that many times. I wish that they would bring PvP back because it was actually a lot of fun. Genuinely. I miss PvP. Can stay up for a while. What are you doing? No, you don't have to, Spade. It's all good. We're just doing the usual grind. You know, I'm gonna do this until till it goes away, and then probably just do some cake dungeons. Today's probably just gonna be a super chill night. There's not really anything super exciting going on with Trove right now, but I figured may as well squeeze a stream in before I get to the gym and other stuff tonight. Because I got my Donkey Kong stream out of the way. I'd love to stream more Donkey Kong tonight, but I'm not gonna have time. I get to sleep in tomorrow, but I don't want to sleep in that long. So I'm gonna take the opportunity to do some real life stuff tonight instead. Is there ever anything exciting going on? Yeah, no, all three of these phases were fantastic. It's just now we're getting to the end of phase 3, and I don't know if there is anything for phase 4. I think it's just gonna be Luxian, which, I mean, whatever. Hey, KU, what up? You think they'll fix Starfire drop rates? No. No, devs unfortunately don't re-fix old things. I don't know why. And especially in regards to that, they think it's like, oh, it's good. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess Luxian should start today, not on Tuesday. That's right. But I'll probably stream Trove tomorrow around the same time as now. It's the only time that I get to stream, really. For me, it is 12:50 in the AM nighttime, which is pretty early for me. Usually I'm going to bed like, what, 4 or 5 or something. Yesterday I went to bed way too late. But that was because I got addicted to Donkey Kong, so... When does the event end? This event literally says right there, the end of the month. I saw there's something new from Luxian. Yep, it should be a carpet. People data mined that weeks ago. I kept mentioning it passively, but I hope it's not ridiculously expensive to obtain. But otherwise, I figure that's probably gonna be it, and then this last week of the event is just, I don't know, for people to catch up, I guess. I'm surprised, because I thought there was gonna be 4 phases. Kind of what they implied. Dude, please stop backing up, making the fight take way longer. Thank you. Are my hits not registering or something? Oh, I see. My Draco babies are being stupid. Weird. The Draco costume I'm wearing? Pretty sure it's in a pack. Oh, there it goes. Don't need 4 weeks to do this event. You can probably do it all in one day. Yup. I know. I know. Tell that to the devs. I gotta remember to actually throw down my Yabnadas before before the event goes away and I forget. Maybe I could do that when phase 4 starts. Implying that there's actually a phase 4. Okay, well, I guess we'll do the same thing we do every night. Pinky, try to take over the world. Let's go to D13 Megadark, do some cakes, see if we end up finding a group that's doing a tower or something. You gonna host a big pin party? I mean, I'd love to, but I'm gonna basically just be doing it at like random times, right? So I can't really plan around that. There we go. So again, I'll probably be doing the stream around this time, and then it'll just be like, oh, hey, let's throw all our pins. I'm gonna be real, you're not gonna get anything out of my Yabnadas just because that's how the drop rates work in this game. But you never know. Someone's missing the last room. I mean, they might end up surprising us with some new, like, oh, here's a whole bunch of new items you can suddenly craft for no reason, you know? Highly doubt it. I still love how they never fixed the fireworks, by the way. Like, I told them about that immediately, and they know it's there. It's just, maybe they couldn't find a solution or something. But that's so freaking stupid, because that's a lot of extra Yabnadas we're missing, dude. Yep. Later, Spade. Well, that means I'll finally be able to get these stupid cloud shards too tomorrow. Right? Weekly reset. That means my tomes will be reset and everything. Good, I'll actually have something to do. Streaming until reset? No, not tonight, man. I'd love to, but I got stuff to do. Like if I did, I would basically miss out on a lot. Like I want to go to the gym. I want to go for a night walk with you know, doggo right beside me and stuff. Just kind of do a recuperation night, because tomorrow I get to finally sleep in. But that doesn't mean that I want to stay up super late, because then if I sleep in, guess what's gonna happen the following day? Then I'll be awake at like 8 in the morning and trying to go to bed, and then I'll end up getting woken in like 2 hours or something. So it, you know. Like, part of me is like, oh man, yeah, that'd be cool. But that's also like, you know, weekly reset's still like 4 hours away. And I don't technically have much of anything to do right now in Trove, since all I would be doing is more cake dungeons. Like, unfortunately, I'm at the point where a lot of the stuff that I do want to do in this game is unfortunately like time gated, so. Get all this crap out of the way. I'm just hoping those rumors that we were going to get a Nintendo Direct this month, which I still don't think is going to be a real thing. Like I feel like I'd love to do like a stream reaction sometime soon, but I don't think there's anything going on until, well, August we should have Gamescom, I think. That's gonna be tricky. That's gonna be really tricky with the way Leon is right now. Yeah, that might actually be like that might be an ordeal in and of itself. It's fine. It's just, I might be basically like chilling with him and then giving him lots of attention throughout the stream and then feeding him throughout the stream and stuff like that. So yeah. Have you ever been like, log in, don't know what to do, stand there a bit and then log out? No. I mean, maybe like in my early days of Trove, but nowadays I always have something to do, even if it's just grinding dungeons. Like I just like the game loop. Oh my god, the memory leak in this place is real. Hey Shielder. Oh, is Abiotic tomorrow already? Okay, then maybe I'll try and squeeze, if I can, I'll squeeze that in tomorrow with you guys, because Bobby wants to play it. Matt picked it up. Gonna be a slow going though, at least in my world, I'll say, because you know, dad life, but. Does the material amount increase as I go to higher Uber world? What materials for what, Dark? Hey, Trip. So Trove's always had a memory leak. Like, you can totally tell, like, just, I don't know. Either it's like the VFX gets broken or these dungeons get broken when there's a lot of people, just because it, like, keeps taking, like, too many resources. It's a problem with the game's code where it's not like, I think the term is culling. Basically, it's not removing old artifacts of stuff. Oh, like the Golden Soul exchange stuff and all that junk? Yeah, that does increase in price, but it resets every daily reset. I don't know why devs are obsessed with that now suddenly. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's all the VFX from the drops that are in all the other areas nearby. Yeah, that makes sense. Does my message send? The one that said 1455 was your last message. Blot. Hey, Zev. Been a hot man since I played this game. Don't think I'll return anytime soon, but it's always good to see what's good with it. Also see you too. Sure you haven't quit yet? No, I'm not gonna quit this game. I like this game a lot, especially since the new server migration. It's been, ooh, it's so good. Thanks, Ball. Appreciate it. I'm just excited for the new stuff coming this year, man. Like, I'm very curious about how they're going to handle blocking. More importantly, how are they going to monetize Mystic Gems? Because you know it's going to be bad. Oops. Haven't played since U10. Oh, okay. Yeah, lots changed since then. Or rather, it's the same thing, just a lot higher numbers. Oh, whoops. No, it's not gonna be the same as Crystal. That just wouldn't make sense. If it is, that would be kind of embarrassing. I assume it's gonna take like a new resource that we probably can only obtain from like D15 or some crap. I don't know. Because you know they're not gonna let us immediately bump up to Mystic. Yeah, so for your message block, just think how would a CEO act towards your comment? Because the YouTube auto mod is clearly grabbing it for a certain word. Hey, Flash. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of talking about the gem converters. Most of all, just talking about mystic gems in general. Someone's not clearing. Like, lots of people keep speculating that it's going to end up being a converter. I don't think so. I think they're going to do something different. It would be too, it'd be too arbitrary. Like, as far as Cash Up is concerned, to see a crystal gem converter and then see a mystic gem converter, it would be too off-putting and ultimately would not be smart for, like, monetization. That's why I'm assuming they're going to end up having... Really? Probably because all these people are bots. That's why I assume they're going to end up having either a new resource or they'll have like some stupid cash shop chests or something, you know? So a tower's better than a ship. Towers are better for Phoenix motes as far as my understanding. But ships are faster. Like for clearing dailies and whatever else, you know? Hey, Glass. You happen to know the rates for the mountain ally from Moon Touch Menace? No, check your market. Depends what version of Trove you're on as well. But generally speaking, I would say if they're not expensive enough, just wait for after the event. The Moon Touch ally, as far as I know, is still quite expensive. The hat is slowly going down. That's nice. Trophy, yikes. Ally is, yeah, still pretty expensive. 5 mil for that? Just a hat style. Wait, you can have bots and no. These are like bots. Like it's not allowed, but they just do it anyway. Basically, there's probably like one person in here, and then they've got like a bunch of alt accounts, which technically isn't against terms of service up to a certain amount of alt accounts. The problem is it's gold farmers, you know, like every other MMO. Moats, apparently like just towers are just better for moats. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of the bosses that can spawn or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I just remember someone saying like ships have one advantage and then towers are the moats. That's all I know. But moats in general are pretty atrocious. You don't get them often at all in D13, but I can get them out of these boxes. Problem is no one's gonna be doing D14, so. Oh God. Look at that guy with his rollerblades up there. Get down, idiot. I don't even know why I'm doing this tower. It's not like I need the cloud shards or anything. But maybe I'll get a single moat, right? Perhaps towers have more Phoenix drop rate. Yeah, Phoenix moats are literally what we're talking about. Guess I can at least get 10 boxes out of this stupid dungeon, but I think I'm just gonna kill one more boss and then just leave. I'm not feeling this tower today, man. Yeah, screw this. Let's go do cake dungeons. Do I need to? No. Do they give me anything worthwhile? No, but it's funner. Yeah, like I understand there's a point to having some ults, maybe like one, but the fact that they let them all run at the same time is like, eh. I think you can have up to like 7 or something, and then as soon as you go over that, then they can step in. I don't know why they don't just change their terms of service, but whatever. Yeah, game still gets updates. The reason why it seems like so lackluster lately is because the updates that they've been working on are not showy updates. Like, we got the server migration more recently and a VFX overhaul to maybe like 30-40%. So they're doing like a lot of the behind the scenes stuff rather than like, oh, a fancy new class. This will actually get players hype, you know? But we're supposed to have Mystic Gems this year. And then whatever they meant when they said blocking in the game. I don't know if it's going to be an active skill or just another substat. Like, who knows? Which comm that you think will fit work? What? Yeah, YouTube's destroying your comments, dude. Can every class shoot through walls? No. I already have a video specifically talking about it. It's only Shadowhunter. Just goes to show that the game does not have a good tutorial. Devs seem to think the new tutorial is great, and yet like 90% of the game is still not explained to new players. Let alone, like, why doesn't the game give you a tutorial on like your different abilities with your characters? Why do you have to like dig into the description of all this crap? Even so, I don't think there's like a... There's no way to look at your basic attacks, is there? Yeah, I don't think there's anything in game that explains Shadowhunter can shoot through walls. Interesting. No, the server change is very recent, Zav, and it's night and day. Like, it's not. I think I had maybe 2 very, very minor rubber bands this whole month. And that's including like the event going on with like tons of players, you know? So definitely worth it. Yeah, that's what I noticed that as well, Jojo, about them hinting about a 3rd update that they couldn't talk about yet. Which I'm curious what that's going to be. Hopefully something worthwhile. But I assume whatever it was is just going to get pushed into next year, because March is usually the biggest updates for Trove. Usually. It wasn't this year. Because they just decided not to have fun. Oh my god, that's a long comment, class. Let me skim through this here. Be cool if Mystic Gems came with a new stat. Uh-huh. That would give you a multiplier to your light stat. Uh-huh. That'd be cool. I'd appreciate it if Mystic Gems did anything differently, if I'm being honest. Because we know it's not going to. It's just going to be higher stats. The end. That's the only thing that I hate about the Mystic Gems, is that it's just going to be higher stats. Like, there's not really going to be anything in terms of player experience that's going to change. It's just, oh, we deal more damage. What? The number that's on my screen is higher? Riveting. What a riveting update. But it'd be cool if they had something tied to Mystic Gems. I think Mystic Gems should have like... Maybe they would have different Empowered Gem abilities. Like just wholly, completely different ones that would be like true endgame stuff. I don't know. Like that's a cool idea for sure. Yeah, better late than never. The big thing was this year they ended up doing a survey for Trove again, and the majority of people were saying that they wanted performance and stability up, so that's why they started focusing on that. Like the other big thing they're doing is going through the thousands of VFX in the game and cleaning them up, because there's a lot of like excess layers and stuff that's not like animated properly, so that's what's draining a lot of the frame rate, is there's too much VFX. Because the old devs would just kind of throw caution to the wind and be like, oh, it looks pretty, rather than thinking about performance. Played back in 2018, haven't come back since I changed from PS4 to PC. Then all the more reason you should play it on PC, because, you know, right? Oh, hey, Block. Migrating over to Twitch to avoid the YouTube garbo, I see. If Trove wasn't owned by the current company, which company do you think will fit to work on Trove? Oh. What? I don't think Trove's a popular enough IP that another studio would even pick it up. Honestly, people dog on Game-A-Go, and people were freaking out when Game-A-Go was taking charge, but frankly speaking, they've done nothing but better than Trine Worlds. But I don't know, I mean, would I... in my dream situation, would I rather that this game was like a bigger MMO with like AAA quality or something? Yeah, sure. Most of all, just performance would be better, and then, you know, a big overhaul to the combat, overhaul to how loot works, make it kind of a bit of a different game while still retaining the movement. That's about it. That Game-A-Go did a dev stream is extremely nice progress. Dude, I love the community letters, and I love the dev stream as well. Like, it's funny how people keep getting like really frustrated because we're getting communication from the devs, but it's still very vague. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, but it's better than no communication. Like, I remember the July community letter, like one of my buddies was like, dude, you're gonna be pissed. And it was like, why? Like, that community layer was completely forgettable, and of course just didn't answer anything. But I think also people don't seem to realize that they kind of have to like very like explain their question to the developers as if they don't know what they're doing. Like how I think that was you, Block, that on the dev stream where you were like, more dragon coins or whatever, and then they just said, haha, there's a dragon coin pack that comes around with Luxian. And everyone was memeing on it, but it was just like, that question's a bit too vague. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway. Didn't have motivation. Oh, to go back to Trove because you'd have to start over. Yeah. But no, like, to clarify what I mean, Block, like, yeah, exactly. Like, the devs didn't understand, like, where the question was going. So, like, I would have personally, like, added a bit more word count to it to just kind of explain, like, maybe not explain the issues with the dragon coins, because obviously they're gonna kind of skim over that, but at the very least, it could have been saying how like, oh, dragon coins are really awful to get for new players because you keep adding dragons to the game that all end up costing the same amount of dragon coins because you're trying to make dragons for the end game players to chase. But the average player is still really struggling. So is there plans to implement some way of getting more dragon coins more efficiently, or just lowering the total amount of dragon coins? Something like that. But honestly, those questions were very curated, like they picked them. So frankly speaking, I don't think they would have answered or even had a question like that. Like the only reason that they picked your Dragon Coin one was probably so that they could mention that pack for Luxion. Still, like, even if they kind of like didn't have the answers we were looking for, I don't think that they were dodging the question like some people are saying. No offense, I don't think they're professional enough to actively dodge questions. Just let me interview them, and then I'll get banned in the same day. I'd hop right back if I had access to my PS4 account. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. No crossplay is ever gonna happen. The devs, I don't even know why they said on the stream, never say never. It's like, no, you can say never, you're not gonna do it. Game's not profitable enough to add crossplay, and on top of that, it would just destroy the economy. Giant oven. Okay, where am I? What stats would I go for on Tomb Raider? DPS. Every character's DPS. There are no builds in this game, dude. Tank or damage, that's it. And tank is just optional. My opinion, they're not gonna read a super long message as a question. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, there wasn't really a way that we could have got around it and talk about the deeper issue of dragon coins. That would have to be in the community letter, where someone would pose the question and then they would have to get it thumbed up enough. Maybe I could ask some stuff on the community page or the community letter, but frankly speaking, I just don't think I don't think we're gonna ever get an answer that we want. There's still a little too much in the way of them just being transparent with us, at least in regards to some stuff. And a lot of the stuff that we want to talk about with them is, frankly speaking, stuff that they're just going to see as making the game unprofitable, which is not the case. Yeah, no, I don't think they were dodging questions, Cyrus. Like, based on how they were streaming, like, you gotta remember, they're developers, they're not streamers. It was just a quick, they had it scheduled in where they were gonna do an hour showcase. I'm glad that it was all on a script rather than them just kind of trying to wing it like they did in the past. For my birthday. No, they had the two older devs on the stream just as a nostalgia trip. And it was nice to hear like them talk about their experiences, because they're trying to sell it as the 10-year anniversary for Trove. So they wanted to do something special. You gotta remember. Even though for most of us, we're well beyond 10 years in this game, and it's also just a Sunfest event that spans over the entire month. Funny enough, here's the thing. Maybe most people won't agree with me on this, but I remember over the years when they kept adding events to the game, I kept thinking, oh, that's going to be so cool because one day they're going to have an event for every week or every month. Never happened. Like, wouldn't it be awesome if we had something like this big Sunfest event every month? Not necessarily with how time-gated it is, but just in terms of, like, even, you know, like Heckbug event, it's awesome all the time. And then we had the Jurassic event and stuff. Like I still just think they should have something fill out every month. We're supposed to get some event in August, but it sounded to me like it was at the end of the event. Or end of the month, I mean, because of when they talked about Switch users being in phase 1 of this event, and they were saying how by the time it ends, we'll end up having the August event, so it's probably the last week of August or something. Which, Where was I going? Was I going up or down? I think I was going down. Oh, Lunar Plunge, right. I keep forgetting about it. Funny enough, I got all these Nintendo Directs and gaming events and stuff marked in my calendar, but I never bothered marking like Trove events. I don't know why. I really should have. Using Repeller Zephyr? No, I don't use the runes. I don't care. Just a waste of resources. If they never added consoles, we would have way more updates. Yeah, we'd have updates more frequently for sure. But the trade-off might be that Trove could have possibly died because the funding that they make from consoles, you never know. There's seasonal update. I mean, the hub has seasonal changes, and there is still like the season events, yes. Like Spooktober and all that other stuff, you know. How do people put tomes in the marketplace? Some tomes are tradable. Most are not. Oh yeah, no, I know there's a lot of people there's a lot of whales on console. Because console's like a more casual market as well. Like, I personally don't know why they don't put more people on the team for the console ports. But I don't know, maybe they're just trying to, you know, get the most profit for the least amount of work. Who knows? Or frankly speaking, they probably just are very under budgeted. Like, there's not that many Trove devs in general, so. TLDR, please make Trove work on the Switch 2 for goodness sake. In fact, here guys. Let me show you. Let me just show you guys this really quick. If you haven't already seen my video highlighting it. Because you think, oh, it just doesn't run well on the Switch 2, right? Surely that's what he's talking about. Oh, look, the new title screen is there. Oh, cool. So the Switch version's actually updated. That's dope. What? That's a weird looking welcome screen. Oh. Oh, that's what he means. doesn't work. Everything's invisible. The UI is fine. But it pisses me off because it's like, I don't have a Switch 1. I sold it. They know about it. They said they'll deal with it at some point, but it's like, with how under budgeted they are. Because the thing is, it's the same reason, you know, we don't have a PS5 version of the game. Because I don't think they're budgeted enough that they have those consoles. Like, they're probably still on an OG like Xbox and PlayStation 4 and stuff. I just don't know what specifically is causing that issue. I feel like it's just some quick little thing that they would have to change with the code, but you know. No, nothing loads. That's the thing. Like, all the blocks are just invisible. Like, if I wandered around for more than a split second, like, you can still see player names. You can still move in the environment. Like, everything is functionally there. It's just you can't see anything. Which is very weird. But it was funny because the like, they updated the Switch 1 version of Trove, and in the same day there was an update for the Switch 2 that helped with backwards compatibility on some games. It might even be something that Nintendo would have to patch in, but I mean, they don't even know Trove exists, so. Speculation chunk error. It's more than a chunk error because VFX don't load either. Because if I start attacking on my Tomb Raider, you don't see the 2D image of the lightning bolt. So it's just scuffed. It just doesn't work. They should develop new gen console versions. Shut down old gen version. I don't think they should shut down the old versions because, you know, it's Trove. I just wish that they would actually have optimized the game more for the older gen consoles. It is getting to that point, though, pretty soon where they are just going to have to, like, just video games in general are going to stop supporting the old gen stuff. Like, I think Ghost of Yotei, that's a PS5 exclusive now, right? Whereas Tsushima just had, like, the upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. Not to go back to the beginning of the topic on the stream, but that's something that I'm a little bit worried about when it comes to Metroid Prime 4, is it's technically a Switch 1 game. So I'm hoping that it's still such a banger that it doesn't matter. But as we've already seen with the Switch 2 exclusive games, I mean, oh my god. Gets me excited for the future of Nintendo's games, though. But anyways. Did they do updates to the Switch 2 version? Trove? No, clearly not. Like, it was like that even day one for the Switch 2. Like I said, I've told them about it and they're aware of it. It's just a matter of when they'll get around to it or how big of a problem it is, honestly. No. It's not. It's nothing to do with the servers. The servers are literally just the Switch 1 servers. Like, I can see other players around when I'm in the hub area, or at least I can see their player tags. It's just a matter of like changing whatever line of the spaghetti code is making everything invisible. But again, it might not even be related to Trove. It might actually be the Switch 2 not being properly backwards compatible with Trove, in which case they would have to reach out to Nintendo and get them to patch it. So who knows? Problem is, like, case in point is it just doesn't work on the Switch 2. Now, in my case, it doesn't really matter that much anyways, because it's not like I was playing Trove on console anyway. But frankly speaking, like I've said before, I just wanted an excuse to play the Switch 2 because I just love this console, dude. And I mean, if I could play Trove on the Switch 2, I was planning on doing a New Beginnings series and everything, and that was all supposed to be starting in June, where I was just going to be starting like again, but on the Switch. So it just kind of put a hamper in my plans. And that was the only reason why I was like, meh, this is annoying. But it's not that big of a deal. You know, I can wait. But I told them as well, I tried to I tried to explain to them very clearly about the Joy-Con mouse controls. Because I really want that to work on the Switch 2 version of the game. But it probably won't, because that's something that they would have to code into the game, basically giving the console version of the game proper mouse support. But anyway, hey Zuin, longtime viewer, played Trove until 2022. Stopped due to university. Nice. Real life comes first. Thinking of coming back, but I was wondering if it's too far behind to even start playing again. No. No. You can just spend money. That's how you can skip ahead. No, honestly, what, like, let me pose a question to you. Why would you be coming back to the game? You trying to get to the top of the leaderboards? Or are you just trying to come back to the game because it's a fun video game? Because that's the real question, is why would you be coming back? If you just want to come back just because you want to come back, then just come back. The game's free. Why wouldn't you? Plus, you're coming back at the perfect time because now we're on the new servers. Everything's buttery smooth. But if it's about, like, maxing out or chasing things in this game, I mean, let's be real. There's a lot that they've added into the game that's pretty time-gated and whatever else. Also, to those of you, I've seen a couple of you guys in the comments asking about my loyalty points. Don't worry, the video is coming, okay? Because I'm getting that question too much, so I'm just gonna make a video talking about it. Which I already have recorded, I just haven't gotten around to editing it yet. Been too busy. But today you will get to see, what is the video that I'm putting up later today? Oh yeah, the one that talks about the state of Trove, which is basically just gonna advertise to everybody, hey, the new servers are awesome. Hopefully we'll get some more players coming back to the game. Hey, Boff. I'm heavy into gaming, but still so busy with video editing nowadays as my living. Nice. Yeah, if I'm being fully real, if I wasn't doing this for a living, I would barely have any time for games with my baby boy. Not saying I wouldn't still chip away at it. Like, people always ask, like, oh, what if you didn't do YouTube full time? And it's like, then I would just have a normal job and still make YouTube videos. Loyalty, better question, how many hours you got? I don't know because the played stat is not accurate. If I had to guess, I'd say between 8 to 10K hours. I know that's a wide margin, but you gotta consider that the played stat only tracks from that update. So that was like, I think 3 years that I was playing Trove prior to it actually having the playtime stat. Arguably, I played the game like a lot more back then because I had a lot less responsibility and, you know, I was just enjoying the game rather than a career out of it. So that's where I'd say it's around like the 8 to 10K mark. I don't know exactly. I wish that there was a way I could tell. Gonna be funny when you upload the video and people are still asking during streams. I know. And then guess what? I'll just tell them, go watch this video. It's the thing, like, I don't know if I, like there's so many questions that get repeated to me over and over again. It's like, is it YouTube's fault because it didn't notify you guys that this video exists? Or is it just that people don't search things? Don't get me wrong. I know searching for things on YouTube is terrible. That's why I very rarely ever do it. Which, by the way, oh my God, I don't know about you guys. They keep updating the YouTube mobile app and just making it worse and worse. There's this new thing going on that you guys probably already see, where an ad has the video fade out, then it plays the ad. I know they're trying to make it less disruptive, but I actually find it more distracting. Because for a split second, I'm like, what's happening? Why is the volume turning down? Why is it fading out? Did my phone die? Oh, it's just an ad for laundry detergent. Or some fake mobile game garbage. Used to grind in the past for Cyan name. Yeah, I think that's still pretty easy because you just gotta max out your geode, which, I mean, hey. But yeah, if you're just looking to casually play, I mean, why not hop back in? And then if it doesn't, you know, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. That's the thing, to each their own, you know. Do what you want to do. Ah! Hey, Thiesh. Been a while, man. How you been? Oh, and you've been leaving your Prime sub for 21 months. Wait, what does it mean? 21 months currently on a 1-month streak. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's like counting your total. I see. Anyways, how you been, man? It's been a while. Hopefully things are good. Sometimes I use it on other channels. Oh, I see. Yeah, it doesn't bother me whether or not you would use your primes on me. I mean, I appreciate it for sure, but you know me. I'm never gonna like, oh guys, I'm not making enough money, please donate. No, I'll complain that I'm not making enough money, but it's YouTube's fault. YouTube search is bad, like horrible. I know. Shows more things that are relevant to your search than what you're trying to actually look for. Funny because it's run by Google. And you know what? Google actually sucks as a search engine too nowadays. Because it's so full of ads and crap that they're just trying to, you know. You search up pizza, you're gonna see Pizza Hut, not some local store that's got like the best pizza in town, because Pizza Hut pays for that search. Lately, I've been just trying to use DuckDuckGo instead, and you know what? It's been more accurate. But I will say, I will say, in the defense of Google, you want to know what the best thing that they ever could have possibly added? The AI summary. Oh, it's so nice. You'll type something out and AI is going to grab everything from the relevant pages and give you an answer. So you don't have to watch 50,000 videos or go through like a bunch of clickbait articles. It's beautiful. Best use of AI yet. Don't gotta click on some dumb site, and I mean, they weren't gonna get an ad from me anyways, because Brave? I never heard of that one. Been good. Hightail News reminded me of Sky Saga. I know. I know, that's what I kept thinking too. Sky Saga was a little bit different though, because that game, you know, was actually playable at some point. But those devs, yeah, similar to Hightail, they just couldn't get it under control. Very disappointing. Been enjoying your Donkey Kong videos. Thanks, man. Yeah, God, I've been enjoying that game. It's just so good. It's been such a long time since there was just a good, cathartic, fun, like, destroy the world video game. It's funny, I keep seeing people trying to compare it to Red Faction and say it's better than Red Faction, and it's like, in terms of destruction, yes and no. Red Faction had much more complex destruction. Just Donkey Kong utilizes it better, but I liked Red Faction, actually. Donkey Kong's more like teardown, but even then it doesn't have physics, right? Like, not that it bothers me, but you'll destroy like a whole bunch of blocks around something and it'll just float in the air rather than it falling down. But anyway. What's confirmed it pulls from Reddit? The AI bot? No, it doesn't. Dude, I've Googled stuff and I've had the AI bot summarize a video for me because it just takes like the transcript of what they were talking about. Like it's good, man. Yeah, Reddit also, in the defense of Reddit, if you're trying to search up like a technical issue or something like that, you just type in the issue and then look for a Reddit post because it's the only one where it's just real people asking a question and usually getting an answer instead of, you know, when you Google like, oh, what's going on with my Windows? And then you see like all the generic Microsoft support responses from paid employees at Microsoft that are like, can you give us all your information and stuff? And then there'll be like one white knight in the comments that's just like, oh yeah, I had this issue too, bro. This is the solution. No game has physics like, what, like Trove? Yeah, I'm just talking more so in destructibility of like video games and stuff. Like I miss when destruction was a central point. I mean, that's probably another reason I like Donkey Kong so much. You can blow things up in Trove, you know? There's a funny meme when AI just came out about a YouTube video of a guy talking about AI taking his job and an annotator, and his video had an AI summary. Exactly, dude. Because then it's like, oh, I don't need to watch this guy's clickbait video. Please keep watching my videos. Don't use AI to summarize them. I'm joking. What is that you're talking about, Block? Stack Overflow. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before in my life. Once I had a problem with my Windows where I literally just needed one file. And they kept spamming, do a clean reinstall. You can't fix it. One guy finally shared the driver file and immediately worked. Yeah. That's the funny thing is most times it's, yes, just reinstall Windows. No, I just need the regedit file. Debating whether I want to be up in 2 hours when the day resets. Here's my question to you again. Why? You can, you know, just decide what you want to do. You don't need to hit it the second the daily resets. All that stuff's gonna be sitting there for you, man. You can just wait. Also, yeah, sorry I didn't answer about the cake dungeons. AI has its uses as much as people don't like it. Dude, AI is phenomenal. It's just the problem is it's made the dirtbags and scumbags of the internet be able to make like a lot of money from like very little work. And then like the greedy ass stupid corporations trying to literally like just use AI generated art so they don't have to pay artists. One very nice practical thing that I saw for AI in terms of like video game development, which I thought was phenomenal. Using AI to generate placeholder content. Now that's a good use for AI. And then of course, you know, you go in later and then you add the actual real stuff created by a human being. I think that's what was that one indie game that came out this year? The Alters? They got it, people got it in a big stink because there was like one tiny little blotch of text that was an AI prompt. And then the devs came out and said, oh crap, yeah, we just used it as placeholder for translation and we just missed that little thing. And I mean, hey, they could be lying, but Roblox uses AI generated stuff for some of their games, not placeholder. No, I know, but Roblox, let's be real, the majority of Roblox games are slop in the first place. That's where it should be illegal. They shouldn't be able to make money off of that kind of stuff. MMOs don't have that issue because most of the cosmetics are created by players. Yeah, and I think that's a great workflow. Getting us to work for them for free. They just gotta give us some, you know. Of course. But it's funny because there's still not that many MMOs out anymore because they keep slowly closing down. I did think it was really interesting on the dev stream when, what's his name? One of the old developers there, when he was saying how interesting and how cool it was that Trove had like so much user generated content. And I completely agree with him. Like a lot of us kind of take it for granted, but it's pretty huge that the majority of the content in this game, like whether it be dungeons or costumes and stuff, are made by players. Like that's awesome, man. I just personally wish that they would have streamlined the workflow to make it easier for both us and easier for them to implement. There's a reason why there's only a few dungeon creators, because there's never been a proper tutorial of the Metaforge, and the Metaforge kind of sucks. What if AI debates with AI? Then it probably just gives up, because that's what AI always does. That's what gets me annoyed, is when people see when it comes to AI, but not exactly looking at things case by case. No, I know. And I mean, it's such a new thing now that that's exactly why it's still like so up in the air with a lot of people. I do think it's got a lot of positive benefit. Most of all, because what AI can do best right now is streamline workflow. Like there's this ad that I keep seeing on YouTube. You know how they have like these new laptops that have like the Samsung AI model is built into the laptop. It's like, okay, so is Chat GPT, except it's free. And the ad that they're trying to use to push AI is a student that's overwhelmed with their homework assignment, and then they use AI to kind of explain it in a simpler way. And I think that's where AI is going to really shine, is for students. Not to necessarily use it to cheat at answers and stuff, but to have you have a better understanding of what it is you're trying to learn. For me, I just use AI every now and then to upscale my face. That's why sometimes in my thumbnails you'll see I got those messed up teeth, because AI doesn't know how to deal with it yet. But it's like, whatever, I need a high resolution version of my face. So it's like, okay. I think that's about it, honestly. AI is taking over social media right now. Bro, AI and the social media, like, let's be real, social media sucks. It's gone off the deep end. It is so worthless now. It used to be a great way that we could like all, so people could call each other out on their lies and whatever else. But now like the fabrication of the truth has become front and center of like what people take advantage of. Do you tip the AI artist? Yes, with Bitcoin. Now, the real problem that we're going to see with AI is how the big time corporations are probably trying to use it for stock exchange and manipulation and stuff so it can calculate things faster than people. Like Bitcoin mining and junk. But those are probably already going on right now, just, making the rich get richer. But that's a separate topic. How often do you reinstall Windows? Not that often. I'm just very careful with Windows updates. I never install the optional stuff. I have had to reinstall Windows a few times, but... Hard to compete in the MMO space. Oh, just in general? Dude. As much as the MMO community, like, we're all starving for that new big MMO. But it's just not cost effective enough for a game developer to make an MMO. It's way too expensive to operate, and unless it ends up being monetized to hell, it doesn't make enough money. And even then, it still doesn't make enough money. It is a wonder that Trove is still around. Otherwise, all these games keep trying to come out and be the WoW killer, and it's like, nope. You want to know what the best MMO in recent memory was? New World. That game was fantastic, dude. I loved it. But eventually it ended. Run out of content. There's nothing to do anymore. Anyway, yeah, sorry. I'm not trying to ignore the comments or anything. I stopped playing before Crystal Gems was introduced and came back to grind and get C2, but haven't played since. Sounds about right. Because that's the thing, man. Like, as much as I love Trove, it's got a big problem with chase the new thing so that you can chase the new thing. And I mean, arguably, that's just video games in a nutshell. But Trove doesn't really do a very good job tricking the player into making the grind feel meaningful. And that's my biggest worry with the Mystic Gems, is most players are just going to be like, here we go again, more gems. At least from what I heard, this is speaking broadly, I heard AI hasn't really been all that profitable yet, despite the heavy investments. Exactly. But that's because I think, call me crazy. This is my punk rock, like, down with the system speaking. Microsoft's going hard with AI. I think what the big corporations are trying to do is they're not trying to get AI into the consumer's hands. They're trying to get it developed for themselves so that they can fire off a bunch of people. That might even be what's going on with the Xbox division, where they fired like thousands of people. Because maybe they got some new AI tech that can do their jobs for them. You know? I don't know. Oh, sorry. Were you asking about like getting stronger gear? Because in which case Grim already answered. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were just saying that you stopped after getting the... Oh, I see. Sorry, there was the earlier comment about getting 25k PR. In which case Grim already answered. Dude, don't even get me started about GTA. WoW might not have a bigger player count than 14, but you got to consider that there's multiple versions of WoW, including the OG one, and as far as I know, that's like one of the most popular. And then the weird thing is that WoW is still a subscription model, so they're making bank. That's got to be the reason that, you know, Activision bought Blizzard and all that stuff. Like they're making money from all the old timers that are still willing to pay a sub fee. Intel is restructuring around AI, so I don't know. Definitely concerning. It's fine. They're gonna keep doing it. Eventually the bubble will burst, you know. Or they'll realize that it's just a big waste of time and money. Final Fantasy 14 subscription too. It has a subscription model, yes, but it's more like Patron and Trove. Because you can play the majority of 14 free to play. I have a buddy who played like all the way into the end game before he even bothered subscribing. WoW, it's like, oh, you got to level 20. Now you gotta pay. Red Dead Online. Bro, I love Red Dead Online. I'm gonna stay away from everything Rockstar right now until GTA 6 though. I don't even want to touch any of their other games and get like even remotely burnt out. I gotta save all my energy for GTA 6, bro. It's probably gonna be like the first game where they announced like, oh yeah, it cost $1 billion to make it, and it's no surprise. I'm glad they delayed it. Keep cooking. Just make it come out and not be bad. Please God. I'm farming the anniversary dungeon so that I can get like the costumes and mounts and stuff. More long term, I'll like sell it and it'll end up being valuable later, but imagine if they delay it again. Fine. I don't care if they delay GTA 6, man. I think it's great that they did. Because Rockstar has been known for, like, what was the big thing? I think Rockstar was, like, the big company that pushed, like, crunch culture was terrible there. And that's why, like, it's become a thing where, you know, it's more about, like, not having that. The thing is, a lot of the OG Rockstar idiots, they were all weirdos, aren't working at the company anymore. So that's where I wonder, like, is it gonna have the same, you know, same awesomeness? In which case, yes, it is. GTA 6 looks phenomenal. And as much as people are trying to dog on it and be like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna be as popular as GTA 5. No, I was very happy to see that the world still stops when a GTA 6 trailer drops. And it has been a very long time since we've had a world-ending video game come out. So my most I'm more curious how they're going to handle the monetization with the online when it comes out, because that I'm worried about. GTA 5 is still making them bank. I don't know how or why. The online is so monetized. Oh, pay $100 and you'll get a fifth of this new vehicle that's garbage. Trove dragon coins, except it's cars. You ever end up playing Diablo Immortal? That pay-to-win hellhole? Yeah, it's actually really good. It's free to play Diablo. I didn't spend a cent on it, and I enjoyed it. I think that it got a lot of bad press, despite the fact that the only aspect of it that was technically pay-to-win was getting into the PvP arena. So if you didn't care about PvP, guess what? But it's actually added a lot of content over the years. New classes and stuff. Arguably, it's better than Diablo 4. I appreciated how Diablo Immortal was more like an MMO, where you could see like other players farming the same creatures as you and stuff. Kind of what I wanted from 4, and then it didn't deliver. No. They're gonna release it online for GTA 6 100%. It's a moneymaker. And I want it. I want to play GTA 6 with my homies in private lobbies like GTA 5. The new world looks spectacular, dude. No, the GTA 6 online is going to be way down the line. Like it's going to probably take like another year or two after the game's single player releases. And then worse than that still is how they're going to really push to have the game come out on consoles before it comes to PC. Which, Everwind. Let me take a peek. What the heck is Everwind? Looks like a Unity store asset game that's just in voxels. The fact that the character is going bip, 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 bip when he's walking upstairs is concerning, to say the least. Not gonna say it looks bad. Keep the page open, check it out later. Yeah, my plan with GTA 6 is I'm gonna probably buy physical copy on PS5 so that I can sell it later and then hop onto PC whenever it gets ported. I might buy it digital, but it most of all would depend if the game actually has like a performance mode with 60 frames, because if it's 30, then nah, dog. Still waiting on Tessori and Housepack to return. I don't know why they didn't all return. Seems like the perfect opportunity, you know, stupid Sunfest event, but nope. The cake dungeons, again, I'm farming them for the drops. So there's costumes, mounts, allies, and junk. I have all of them, sure. They're cheap to craft, sure. Doesn't mean they won't end up going up in price over the year. And sell it on the player market down the line. Remember when the first trailer dropped and folks were actually happy that GTA wasn't coming to PC at launch to feel special for themselves having console? Which to me is just weird. Dude, I'm gonna be real. There's like, the only people that are trying to push this console war thing is the new younger generation. You know, this dumb tribal, like bro, no offense, but like, in order for there to be competition between the consoles, it has to actually have like competition, and like the competition when I was younger was fierce. Fierce. Games were god tier. 360 was one of the best home consoles. PS4 destroyed it. PS5, Xbox, whatever it's called now. I don't know. Who cares? Yeah, and Xbox is dead now. Like, they just killed themselves outright by their own accord. And as much as, you know, people try to say like, oh, PlayStation, oh, they're exclusives. I'm gonna pose a very hot topic here. Sony's exclusives are all the same. They're all just single player, linear, narrative driven experiences. They're all very high quality, very polished. They're all very fun, but they're all the same game. What's the difference between the God of War and Ghost of Yotei? Oh, one's in Japan. And in my opinion, has some slightly different mechanics that are funner than God of War. But arguably, that's just the Sony formula. They're all Last of Us, you know? Case in point, Nintendo is the true winner of the console generations because they've been putting out the best games in history in every genre. Dog on them all you want. At least they're the only company that's still willing to innovate and put out games that are like actually super quality day one. I still don't know why people dog on Nintendo as much as they do. I have full faith and trust in that company with whatever product I get from them. Not to be confused with Game Freak. They're under Nintendo, but the Pokemon games are just bad. They just need a better console. Nintendo needs a better console? Well, you're in luck, dude, because the Nintendo Switch 2 is out now. That's okay, man. You don't want to play good handheld like console games and stuff? That's fine. I mean, honestly, PC. There was never a console war because PC was all on its own, just destroying the market. Sony had amazing platformers back in the day. Rip Spyro. Dude, the Spyro remaster took me back, dude. And I think that's why a lot of people got tricked by Astrobot. Don't get me wrong, the game is great, but it was a feature platforming game that ripped off a ton of mechanics from Nintendo, and on top of that, celebrated dead IPs from Sony. And that game just made me sad because it was like, dude, imagine we're in an alternate reality where all of the little characters that are in Astrobot aren't just references. Those are like continued IPs. Imagine. Wait, what, Grim? Oh, sorry. Yeah, so Grim already answered, but saying, does it actually matter the position of your stats? No, it's just the boosts on them. So in some cases, it might be faster. Like for most of your gems, you're just randomly rolling them until they're in the right slot that has the boost. But on the cosmic gems, you can't re-roll the light. So that's why you move the pearls onto the light stat instead. I know it's convoluted, it's stupid, the game doesn't explain it. But no, they made a new tutorial. You know what got me to buy a Switch 2? New Kid Icarus game. Well, that was Kid Icarus Sakurai? Because he's got the new Kirby Air Rider coming out. And then maybe I'm wrong about this. I'm thinking maybe they got him to, like, maybe he's like, I really want to do Kirby Air Riders. And they're like, okay, you can do it if you make the next Smash Bros. That's what I'm thinking. It might not be the case. Maybe there is no new Smash coming, or at least not from him. But it would make a lot of sense, because I thought he retired. I might pick up Kirby, depending on what it shows. I never played the original Kirby Air Riders, but I did watch a speedrun of it more recently, and it is a weird game, dude. If they manage to make it like an open world, like Kirby racing type game, like, I could be down for that. Oh yeah, the Persona 4. So is the Persona 4 a full remake or a remaster? Because I think it's a remake, right? Because otherwise, why didn't it come out? But yeah, just to reiterate, like, I love the Spyro trilogy, man. That was such a treat. Still holds up. There was another game, I don't know if it was Sony, but it was on PlayStation, called Medieval. And that one actually had a remake on PlayStation as well. Really good game. Just a solid, like, kind of almost action beat 'em up, sort of. I don't know why I'm in this tower. What's wrong with me? I guess I just wanted a break. My thing with the Persona 4 remake is I don't think it needs to happen. I agree, but there's a lot of games that don't need a remake. Like Resident Evil 4 remake. I want to preface by saying I am huge into Resident Evil, okay? So much so that the wife and I named our son baby Leon after Leon. Because it's such a cool name and we love Resident Evil. But Resident Evil 4 remake doesn't need to exist. But you know what? I'll take a world where the Resident Evil 4 remake exists, because we also have The Last of Us 1 and 2 remake, which arguably really don't need to exist. I don't know why they keep on skipping all these games. Like, bro, remake the old one. Like, stupid snake ass, like, Konami slithering around, like, trying to, you know, milk all of their IPs. Oh, let's remake Silent Hill 2, because that's what Resident Evil did. Why didn't you just remake Silent Hill 1 first? You're gonna have to make it eventually anyway. What's wrong with you? But nope, that's what Capcom did. If you do a hard grind, how long would it take to get 5k crystalline cores roughly? Honestly, the crystalline cores you get super easy from the gear crafter vaults. Because you get a lot of crystal gear out of them, especially if you're high PR, and then you get a lot of crystalline cores out of them. So it's a lot easier to get crystalline cores now than it was back in the day. Yeah, I don't really want to do a tower. It requires a little too much brain activity. If we had a full group of people, cool, but PlayStation has to stop remaking games and bring back old titles like Infamous. Yes, because I never played Infamous, because it was a PS3 game, wasn't it? I don't think they'll do it because Sucker Punch is too busy with, Yotei and stuff, but that's what I mean, dude. Like, bring me some of those PS3 games. Yeah. Because I never owned a PS3. I don't know why that comment got grabbed by Automod Indigo. Yeah, I played a little bit of Infamous at like my cousin's house or something back in the day. It wasn't really for me, but I think it was also because, let's be real, we were kind of spoiled back then, where AAA studios were actually experimenting and doing weirdo stuff, and a lot of times it would be like, oh my god, this game is good, but you take it for granted because every game was good back then. It's not like nowadays where games release in a buggy mess and it's like, that's AAA, you know? Devil May Cry 6. Yeah, I wonder. I never played DMC5. Always heard good things about it. And for whatever reason, my Steam is like permanently glitched where it won't let me buy the game even if I wanted to, because it thinks I own it, but I don't. I've never seen that before, but okay. Yeah, I think there's a point to remakes, but there's also a point to remasters. I think Infamous games could get away with a remaster because I don't think that they're old enough that they would be like remade from the ground up. That's honestly, that's what I think about the Resident Evil 4 remake. I don't think they needed to make it from the ground up. Could have just been a fancier, you know, put RTX on it or whatever. Big one I'm waiting on, if Ubisoft doesn't cancel it, is the Splinter Cell remake. But I just hope that it's the old Splinter Cell games, just with modern controls and better graphics and Michael Ironside's beautiful voice. Please God. And not the new dumb idiot guy that they had for like Black Ops, Splinter Cell, whatever it was called. Splinter Cell, we just killed our own franchise. Remakes exist to bring new people in? No, I 100% agree. But I just think like it depends on how old the game is, you know? Like if it's old and jank and garbage, then yeah, give us a remake. Oh, what, Trove? You said you miss... Oh, yeah, I don't always catch in-game whispers. My favorite game of all time. Well, statistically, it would be Trove, right? The only game that I've played for this long and still quite enjoy it. Otherwise, it's a tough one to nail down. Morrowind, GTA 5, probably GTA San Andreas if I get nostalgic with it. Probably Breath of the Wild, but that would just translate into Tears of the Kingdom because Tears of the Kingdom's just a better game. But Breath of the Wild was like something special when it came out. Mario Odyssey, Mario 64, although I don't know if I would play it nowadays. Elden Ring, of course. Helldivers 2. System Shock Remake. The first one. That one was really good. Bang on Balls. That's actually an indie game that I absolutely adore. It's basically Mario 64, but like really, really good. And nobody knows about it except for me. Because it's got like the worst title ever. Abiotic Factor, that's probably up there for me. I don't know if Valheim's top tier, but I never beat it just because the game loop gets really boring. Core Keeper, that one's really good. I guess Minecraft would be up there too. Dude, I want a Morrowind remake more than Oblivion. I don't care about Oblivion remake, man. It was the same old jank piece of crap. They need to remake Morrowind so that people can actually see how good Bethesda used to be. I mean, at this point, yeah, just give me the new Elder Scroll. I don't care. I don't need a remake. Yeah, Mario Odyssey. Would Mario World or Mario Kart World? I think it's a little too early to say, but that's probably one of my favorite games. It's kind of in the same vein as Trove, though, where I'm not like, oh, this game's so good. It's just like, yeah, I love this game. I will play it for a long time, kind of thing, you know? But it's tough to nail it down. Like, there's this other topic that I've been mentioning in a couple one-off streams, but I'm actually kind of experimenting, or going to experiment, I should say, with my Game of the Year video, where I'm thinking instead of just doing a traditional list where we count down like the top 10 games of the year or whatever, knowing me, there's going to be like 20 games. But I thought that it would actually be interesting to just do a Game of the Year tier list instead, so I can just focus on the games that I enjoyed and just place them on the tier list, and then maybe pick like one of them as my Game of the Year. I don't know how interesting that's going to be for you guys, but I just personally think that that makes a lot more sense, because it's most of all about just sharing like, oh, here's a bunch of games that I played over the year. These ones are bangers, but here's where they fit in terms of like their overall quality, kind of thing. So that's kind of the plan that I'm going to be doing for this year's Game of the Year video. I know not many people watch those videos, but I always put a lot of work into them. And I thought that that would be kind of something to change it up, make it different this year. But anyway, I just think it makes a lot more sense, because it's like, you know, if I'm going to talk about like, oh, Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, it's like, where the hell do I fit those in the list? They're completely different genres. So if I just go, oh, both of these games are S tier, it's like, oh, that's way easier. Because that's the biggest thing that I always struggle with in my Game of the Year videos is like, oh, I guess I liked this one more than this one, or did I like it more, or was it just that it was more memorable, you know? I'm still being very picky with the games that I'm going to include on my Game of the Year tier list, but thinking about it, maybe next year I would just have a tier list for all the games that I played in the year. I don't know. But then it would be like, oh, Death Stranding, I don't like it. Because that's the thing, you know, it's still gonna end up being my own opinion about everything. I think, yeah, for Game of the Year at the official Game Awards, it's going to be either Expedition or Death Stranding. Death Stranding because they love Kojima over there. Expedition because journalisms love the fake news that this game was developed by 30 people. But if we're going off the metric of sales or stuff like that, you know, it's not gonna, nah. I tried to play Expedition. Oh my God. I was so bored. You know, I'm glad JRPG fans got a game that they're enjoying that much. But for me, I was falling asleep. That game's not touching my list. But yeah, I think it's gonna be either of those games. Like, I'm very curious. Here's a hot topic. Last year, Astrobot won Game of the Year. And say what you will about Astrobot, as far as a platforming game, it didn't really have much in terms of its skill ceiling. It was a very kid game to win Game of the Year, which is why I think that a lot of people got tricked by nostalgia goggles. I'm not saying it was a bad game by any means, but I think it also won because look at its competition. Like, there was nothing there for last year. Now, the point I'm getting at is if they use the same logic, then that means Donkey Kong Bonanza should be nominated for a Game of the Year award, and in fact should win. Because it's way more approachable and way more fun than Expedition. I'm not talking about in terms of like the quality of Expedition 33 or like the story or narrative or anything like that. I'm just talking in terms of if they're gonna follow those rules that they set up last year, then they should win this year. But you know what's gonna happen? Donkey Kong's going to go into the family category because that's what they always do. Jeff and them and journalists still have this narrative that the general populace has. Nintendo games are for kids. Astrobot wasn't. I just think it's a shame because like I'm not even just hyped on Donkey Kong because it's the new game or anything like that. It's just genuinely one of, if not the best platforming game I've ever played. Even taking my Nintendo bias into account. Mario Kart World, it should be nominated for something. I don't know if Game of the Year. It's a racing game, so not gonna happen, honestly. Racing games never get Game of the Year or even acknowledged. Been playing Octopath Traveler in my free time, which is a turn-based JRPG. Not for everyone. I like it though. Then yeah, all the power to you, man. I didn't really get into it. That's the thing, like for me, that's why I feel like a tier list would be a lot better for like my own personal Game of the Year list, because I think at the end of the day, like I'm trying to be very clear here and not step on anyone's toes and just be like, you like Expedition 33? You like boring video games? It's like, no, the game just didn't click with me. But there's too much in terms of, you know, like going back to the whole like console war thing. It's like, why is it always gotta be a competition between everything? Why is it always gotta be like, oh, Expedition deserves Game of the Year because 30 developers worked on it? No, Jeff Keighley, it took hundreds of developers to make that game actually, you idiot. But instead there's always this like competitive narrative. And the main reason for it is because, oh, it sells consoles. You know, so it's like, what is their, you know, what's the narrative of the Game Awards? Like I remember watching this other channel that talked about the Game of the Year awards, and they actually had some really insightful thoughts towards it, where they were saying like, the reason why a remake of a video game never even gets mentioned or nominated for most categories, sometimes it does, but they don't like ever giving any awards to a remake because as far as the narrative of the Game Awards, they're trying to push new tech. New technology, and to acknowledge and award award an old game being remade would basically be them admitting that it used to be better and that games nowadays aren't as good, or that there's a lot more problems with them, and so on and so forth, right? And I just thought that was very insightful. And since then, I've been looking at the Game Awards through those lenses. And you'd be surprised, like it really, that narrative rings true. It makes a lot of sense. Like as far as Astrobot, again, not to pick on the game because again, it was great, but I think Astrobot won a lot of the awards because they were trying to push the new tech, which what was the new tech? The PS5 Pro. Oh, suddenly this PlayStation exclusive game ends up winning all of these different awards, right? Maybe I should pick up a PS5. Maybe I should pick it up. Oh, wait, the PS5 Pro is here. Maybe I'll pick up that one instead because it's a stronger console. And I mean, I'm not saying that the game didn't deserve it. It's nothing against that. I'm just saying, like, it just, a lot of the puzzle pieces kind of made sense to me when I heard that thought. And so taking it a lot lighter in terms of, oh, is this game really like the game of the year? And it's like, maybe not. If they wanted it to be Game of the Year, then it would end up being a better competition like the Steam Awards, wherein you can only vote for one Game of the Year, and whatever you vote for Game of the Year can't go into any other categories. And then it's truly the player's vote. Because that's kind of the main thing with the actual, like Jeff's Game of the Year awards, is you gotta understand it's about making money. That's why it's just getting so backlogged with commercials and crap. Which, again, I'm still looking forward to it because I like watching it. Usually they have some big boy reveals at those showcases for sure. But this year, that's kind of all I'm looking forward to. I'm not really going to take their Game of the Year awards seriously because they just kind of vote on whatever they feel like voting on based on like sales figures or whatever. You know, it's all just a big, yeah, it's a big advertisement. Exactly. The Game Awards is to sell hardware, to sell video games, and it depends on which one they want to sell. That's, you know. Thought Game Awards had about 90% of the vote by organizers. Nope, they have their own jury of weirdo judges that are probably like old boomers who don't play video games very often, or at least are not as critical as I am. And I think there's only one Game Award, Player's Choice. I think that's the only one that we actually get to vote on. Later, logs. They're always good, more so for the reveals. The awards are a kind of nice extra, though. Yeah, and you know, I think the Game Awards like is cool and what it's doing is great, but it's been steadily getting worse and worse every year. And again, most of all, it's got to do with that narrative, like how last year? What ended up winning like the indie game of the year? Let me see. Yeah, Indie Game of the Year went to Balatro, which, say what you will about Balatro, I'm not trying to dog on it or anything. It's solitaire, which is a tried and true game that has lasted generations, but he ended up turning it into a roguelike. Okay, cool, great. What should have actually won Game of the Year? For indie games, in my opinion, Animal Well, because that game is a work of art rather than monetization, and it's made by a single developer, an actual single developer. Oh, sorry, Blackjack, not Solitaire. Either way, I'm just saying, like, again, I'm not saying anything against Balatro. I'm just saying, like, it kind of cheated a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's not an entirely original concept. They took a tried and true card system and then they just ended up making it into a video game very, very well. And I'm not saying that that's not like deserving of some praise, but part of me is just like, wait, so Blackjack or poker or whatever, you know, that won Game of the Year for indie games. Not Balatro, the game that my mom used to play. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a bit of a gray area. I can't say like 100%, oh, it didn't deserve it, because it did, but... And maybe I'm a little bit biased towards Animal Well, I'll admit. I didn't like that game at first, but the more I played it, it was like, oh my god. Balatro's just one of those, like, I don't know. Oh, did Balatro only have a single dev as well? Okay, never mind then. I regress what I was saying, because then that's impressive as hell. He still didn't design the card game, is my point. But I didn't know it was a single dev. I thought that was just Jeff trying to pretend, because he gets it wrong a lot. Right, because I remember seeing people try to pick apart and say, oh, there's other people that have worked on Balatro, and then people quickly attacked them and said, like, no, he just got them to do the console ports. That's right. I played a little bit of Balatro, not enough. Like, to be fair, I am at the point in my life where I can recognize addiction. And I'll say the game's extremely addicting. Like, I get it. I get why it's so popular. But as far as, like, when I'm sitting there and objectively being like, but is it fun? And it's like, it's a little bit of both. Not the funnest game. Most of all stimulating, but it's most of all addicting. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not in any way trying to say like, oh, it's a bad game or it doesn't deserve, you know. It just, to me, like, it felt like a little bit like it's a card game. He just took a game that everybody loves, even at like a casual level, and turned it into a video game. You know what I mean? Just at the very least, if you understand my narrative and what I'm saying, like that's it. I'm not saying any judgment towards the game itself or like saying it's not worthwhile or even that it didn't deserve the award. I'm just a little bit salty about it. But anyway. I have folks that got pretty darn addicted to Balatro. No, I know. Because again, it's a card game. You can give Balatro to your grandpa and he's going to know what the game is. You're going to have to learn the roguelike elements and all that other stuff for sure, but... Yeah, see, like, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not... You saying Cult of the Lamb deserved more. Exactly. That's the thing is, I think... Okay. I think more so... The problem isn't that Balatro won the indie game title. The problem is that indie games are so widespread and are probably the true innovators when it comes to video games that it deserves more than a singular category. I think that's the real problem. Let's just remove like a couple of those like content creator of the year category and like MLG player of the year, you know, those categories that nobody knows who the hell anyone even is. Get rid of some of those. Where that one VTuber keeps winning content creator of the year when it's like, it's a VTuber. That's not even a real person. Modded Balatro PvP mode. Oh. No. No, in terms of like playing addicting games, what kind of taught me it, like to stay away from those types of games, was Factorio. Because I'm not into those types of games, but I picked it up, I tried it, and after I spent 7 hours in the tutorial because I was just having that much fun, I have since never touched it because it was like, oh, this game is dangerous. I would lose sleep over this. And thankfully, I was able to recognize that within me with other video games. So now I just unplug right away. Did Hades 2 actually get its 1.0 release yet, though? Wait, which game's Iron Mouse? Why do I know that name? Oh, Iron Mouse is like the content creator you're talking about. Never mind. See, exactly. I didn't even know who that was. No, I thought you were talking about that, oh my god, what is it called? There's a new indie game that came out. It's a kind of like Pac-Man, but it's a Vampire Survive type game where you play as a mouse. It's called like Mouse Maze or something. I have no idea what it's called. But I've seen a lot of content creators covering it, and it seemed interesting. I don't know what CVID is. What is that? And again, I'm not like dogging on... Anyway, yeah, I'm not even gonna go there. Is CVID slang for COVID? Thank you, AI, for summarizing it. Okay, more or less very, very bad immune system. But yeah, again, have you not learned anything from what I've been saying tonight? I'm not dogging on anyone's toes on a personal level. I can just speak for myself and say my own opinion. And as far as like content creator of the year, it always ends up going to these people that I've never heard of. There'll be like some one random VTuber, and I don't care if you're a VTuber. My friend's a VTuber. I personally I mean, look at me. I put my face on everything, okay? I just don't get it. Am I saying VTubers are dumb? No. Anyway, did I hear Mega Man or something? I wish there was a new Mega Man coming. But nope. That'll never exist. Man, the new Mega Man Legends got canceled like years ago now, but so sad. I can understand as a guy who does like VTubers. Okay, then yeah, sure. Oh, Grim, thanks for replying to everybody already. I don't know why I keep not catching those comments. I'm looking at both YouTube and Twitch chat, but for whatever reason, I'm just not noticing the chat moving. VTubers love feeling cute. But it's not them. I don't get it. It's just something that doesn't make sense to my brain. Anyway, I guess we should wrap up. Didn't realize time was flying because I was actually having fun here. But, I should go to the gym before it gets too late. And then get some food in me. For most VTubers, it's just a sense of privacy and disconnect from their personal life from the internet. No, I get that. Like I said, like one of my buddies is a VTuber, and I get it. I'm not gonna watch any VTubers. Just doesn't make sense to me, that's all. But I understand. I guess not making sense is the wrong way to put it. I'm not entertained by it. It's the same as, what is it? What's that one thing? The one thing that I absolutely hate, ASMR. Oh my God. If you want to make me mad, just whisper in my ear. Which is probably why I don't listen to many podcasts. Okay, let's see what we ended up getting here. Haven't got a notification, just tuned in. Yep, that sounds about right. I shouldn't even say, oh, I don't find them entertaining. That's not... You guys know what I mean, though? Like... saying I don't find them entertaining. Like, that's so mean. That's not what I mean. Did we get anything out of that? Oh my God, I don't think I got a single item. Wow. Well, I ended up getting a costume one time, so of course it would just end up giving me nothing this time. Sure. Thanks, game. Ugh. Yeah, I guess it would just be like different tastes, you know? It's like, nothing wrong with it, it's just not for me. That's it. Don't feel the need to explain myself. Why am I going here? Because this guy doesn't do anything. Maybe this'll give me something. Oh look, Sunfest sparks. Oh cool. Too bad I can't use them on anything. Stupid game. Oh, I didn't even realize this was here. I don't care. Anyways, guys. Yeah. My voice is dying. My brain is clearly fried. Because I don't know how to explain anything anymore. We didn't even get a mode out of that, bro. Come on. Use your sparks on making those boxes for mastery. Wait, what boxes? What? Was there something that I can spend my stupid sparks on that I don't realize? Like legacy items? No. Oh, I guess so, but that... Ugh. I don't need any of the crap in here, though. I have everything. I mean, yeah, I guess I could go for that stuff, but... Oh, the reward crates. What do these give? More crap that I don't need, because I already have it all. Alright. Well, I can get this sale, I guess. I mean, you're right. I guess I could spend the coins just for the sake of spending them, but... Is it, Oh, it is tradable. Okay. Then the real question is, which one is the most valuable? Probably not Tysorian. I mean, I guess I could go for all of them, honestly, but... And that one's got the weird snake thing and 2 allies. Nah. Probably this one. I would assume it's this one just because the airplane mount, but I don't know. So there's... Oh, this is the deco box. Okay, so that's not the same as this. Hmm. Truvy. Your sleep schedule seems to involve small amounts of sleep. For how long has it been the case? Since my boy was born. No, it depends. I usually get woke up at like 2 p.m. So for me right now, it's like almost 3 in the morning. So I basically have like maybe 2 or 3 more hours before I would go to bed. And then, you know, I get my usual like 7-8 hours. Some nights I'll stay up way too late or just really struggle with falling asleep. And then I'll get like 4 or 5 hours sleep. But whatever. How do you go so fast? Movement speed and the roll ability on Shadowhunter. Good talking with you, not trying to make you feel old. Oh no, I'm old. I know. Been watching you since I was 16 or 17, now I'm 24. Nice. GG. Back in the door when I was on PS4. The tutorials came clutch. Yeah, good to help, or glad to help. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know why I'm like... Okay, the topic went like a little out of control. I was trying to hate on the categories of Game of the Year stuff that I just don't think those categories should exist, because I think that in terms of content creation, that's favoritism, and it's also just picking people that those old boomers are watching. That was more so the problem. But then it ended up turning into this thing where I felt the need to defend myself because the internet is stupid like that. And it was, oh, VTuber this, VTuber that. I have no problem with VTubers. I don't care. My point is, there shouldn't be a content creator of the year. That's stupid. If you're going to end up doing that, it should be based off of just literally their metrics. Oh, this one was the most popular. Instead of, oh, this is the one that I liked. In which case, that's too subjective. That's literally person of the year. Anyway, get a couple of these just because why not? Or should I say one? What do these drop? Oh, cool. There's, all right. I guess I don't need to. Guess I don't need to spend my sigils anymore. All right. What does this sell for? Oh, only 16K. Oh, wow. Good job. Are any of these even valuable, dude? Like, cool, I just got the rarest item, but this is so bad. These sigils are so worthless. Anyways, had fun. Love you guys. Hope you had fun. Have a good night. I gotta go to the gym.